Hello everybody and greetings from Minitini 4. Yeah, this is the whole thing. And I know this camera, this wide angle lens makes everything look a little bigger, but this is it. Minitini 4 as we call it. It's a Winnebago Micro Minnie 1720FB FLX edition. Special edition. And no matter how well appointed a rig may come from the factory, you're always gonna need to accessorize it, let's call it that way. Do certain upgrades, certain mods, and well, as you can see, Amazon came yesterday and we have a lot of stuff here. So yeah, this is the video where we accessorize Minitini 4. Stay tuned.
I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV, yeah.
So yeah, we brought the rig back to headquarters in Miami, Florida, so we can, you know, work on it. And I know a lot of people do like pictures and plants and macrame and lots of things to make it look more homey. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna do just the essentials to make life easier in here, and we're gonna try to make the least permanent damage to the unit as possible, because as you know, this is a loaner from Winnebago, and I think the part that needs the most work is the bathroom here. Let me show you. Oh yeah, I removed those two towels we had here because I mean, that's one of the first things we're gonna do. I mean, this is what they call a towel rack, but we need something a little better, something where the towels were actually dry. So we're gonna do like a dual towel holders, which I have right here. And that's probably the one thing that is gonna perhaps cause some permanent damage to this door, but I think it's gonna be worth it. We've already done certain things actually. And while we were on the road, we put these two command hooks for our bath sponges here. And we did do not one but two of these, which are very practical, and those I attached to the wall with nano tape, and I have one here in the bathroom and one here. And the main problem with this bathroom, besides being compact, especially in the toilet area, there's nowhere to store anything. There's no medicine cabinet, no shelving, no nothing. I mean, I'm sure that they expected us to use this as a medicine cabinet, but that's not gonna cut it. So we're gonna add some soap dispensers and some places like, actually probably a small mirror on this side so I can shave and that kind of thing, so I can shave like inside the shower. So let's get to it. Let's begin with the towel racks. Something else very important in a bathroom that has no storage to speak of is toilet paper dispenser, and I think we're gonna put it somewhere around here, you know, so it doesn't hit our head or anything like that. Yeah, that should work. Well, now here in the bathroom, we have this sink, which is not the most comfortable thing in the world. I mean, it doesn't have a drain. It's kind of slanted this way so water accumulates here. I'm working on a mod. I understand it is version 1.0. I'm sure Winnebago will make some improvements over the years. But for now, and before I do that mod, I realized I'm probably gonna be more comfortable shaving in here, even brushing my teeth in here when I shower. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a small mirror here, more or less at eye level, so that I can, you know, shave in here. Well, using this sink, so it would have to be with the sink down. Actually, right here, smack in the middle, is probably the best spot for it. And it uses command tape. And the good thing about command tape is that it's removable and it leaves no trace. And this one has some kind of Velcro material, you know. So I guess if you need to remove it first, you remove, you undo that Velcro and then you release the command hooks. It's actually, this is going to be very convenient. I hope it's not crooked. The next thing we're going to install is dispensers, you know, because there's nowhere to put your soap, your shampoo, conditioner, and all that. So first we're gonna install one here for soap. So when we're washing our hands, we can dispense our soap. And we'll use this brand before, and usually uses double-sided tape and some type of silicone. This one didn't come with silicone. I guess it is not heavy enough. But the other two that are going to go on this far wall, they do come with silicone, you know, so they are more permanently installed. Let me see if I can find some alcohol, rubbing alcohol, so I can clean this up and install. There's 3 of them. Well, it's come to my attention that the paper towel dispenser may be a little too high, because we were planning on putting this on top of it, and this will be like probably for like hair brushes and miscellaneous stuff. I don't know how much weight it can really hold, but let's hope, right? And I need to be able to remove the paper towel from it, so it's gonna have to be more or less at that height. And I'm just gonna, you know, eye it. I'm not gonna measure anything. And some of this said not to be used on wallpaper, but I don't think this is wallpaper. This is some kind of, don't tell Adam, but my original paper, toilet paper dispenser was gonna go here, and I opened the hole. We can cover it. Now let's tackle this wall right here. Over here we're gonna put this, so I can put like my shaving cream or anything like that, and then just below it, underneath it, the 2 dispensers that are right behind the camera right now. One thing that I forgot to mention, the first mod was actually our Oxygenics shower that, you know, we bought for Minitini 3, and you know, we swapped it. So we have an Oxygenics shower, which we like. Now, final step for today, I think. I'm gonna put this 2 here, so you know, we can put more stuff like Ely's, you know, razor blade, or maybe toothpaste, that kind of thing. Gotta love command hooks, right? And if I make a mistake and I put it in the wrong place, I can always remove it, put it someplace else. I like them. Let's put it more or less. I'm eyeballing all this, by the way, as if you can't tell. I'm gonna put this one right around here. Yeah, I think that's gonna be good. I went to have lunch and I spilled something on my shirt, so it's a new shirt. And the next step in our upgrades and modifications is our internet systems. Which reminds me, this video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. VPN stands for Virtual Private Network, and what it does, it creates a private, secure, encrypted connection between your devices and the internet. And this is particularly important if you are connecting to a public Wi-Fi. Some of them don't even have passwords, so you don't know if that connection is secure at all. Someone could be eavesdropping, stealing your passwords, your identity. You don't want all of that to happen. And Surfshark VPN in particular will keep you safe when you connect to that potentially insecure connection. And as I've told you before, you know, Surfshark has been a sponsor for a very long time. There's also other features. There's a Surfshark One that has clean web, which gets rid of unwanted ads or potential spyware. There's a true incognito search. And then there's the one that will let you transport yourself to a different location virtually as far as the internet is concerned. So if there's some type of content that is unavailable at your particular location, but I know that somewhere else it is available, you know, I could teleport myself to that location virtually and watch whatever we want, you know, the free internet as it was originally intended to be. Now I have a special deal for you guys. If you go to surfshark.deals/myrv and you enter promo code myrv at checkout, you will get an exclusive deal and 3 months for free. Now let's figure out what to do with this internet. Which, by the way, I got my rear camera monitor to work. You know, modern cars, they don't come with these things anymore. So what did I have to do? I had to get an adapter from USB to 12 volt, and it works now. I can't wait to test it out, you know, with the 3 cameras that came with Minitini 4. But what I want to do now, you know, it's Minitini 4 came with Starlink in motion, but for some reason, it is not connecting to the antenna on the roof. We have to figure out what's wrong with that. And we also have this Winegard LTE router, which is also a Wi-Fi extender. And I have the 360 3G antenna on the roof. So I need to just figure out, you know, get a SIM card for it. So we have a 5G signal, you know, 5G service. And the other thing that I need to figure out is a way to turn them off, because for some reason my computer and my phone, they see a strong connection here, and even if it doesn't have an internet connected to it, it wants to connect to that Wi-Fi. So, you know, whenever I don't have a signal or I don't want to use it, I want to be able to turn both off. Also because they consume power, especially Starlink. Starlink is a little bit of a power hog. So if I'm boondocking and I don't really need Starlink, I want to be able to turn it off. So that's what we're gonna do next. I mean, Winnebago did a very neat install here, but I think I'm gonna redo it, and maybe we'll make this kind of like the technology a cabinet up here. We'll see. Okay, I didn't show you what I did, and excuse the mess in here, but this is what I did. I dismounted I believe this is like the dish controller for Starlink. And what happened is there's a cable coming from the router into here that was very tight, and I think it being so tight, it didn't allow it to go fully inside the jack. And that's the thing with these Starlink cables, you know, they're kind of like weatherproof, so it's like a very tight connection. And I don't know if you can tell, but now it says connected. Of course, I don't have any service connected to this particular dish, not yet, but I'm going to do that in a few minutes here now, maybe. And of course, this is Starlink in motion. Is that dish, the fixed dish on the roof, up on the roof. And I believe the only service I can buy for it is the roaming service, or it used to be the RV service, which is good, but that's because that's a service that I can pause whenever I'm not going to use it for a while. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to dismount this from here where Winnebago put it, and I'm just going to mount it here, like in the back, you know, and back there, and that way I have full use of this cabinet, and we'll figure out a way to cover that that power outlet back there. As far as the Winegard router is concerned, I'm just gonna you know, splice this here and put a switch here on the side. I've already bought a a 12-volt switch, so I can turn it on and off. That's the one thing that I need to do with this Winegard, and that's gonna work out great. Well, I think this is for today. I think we've done enough. Tomorrow we'll continue doing some more upgrades and modifications to Minitini 4. Well, it's a brand new day, and yeah, what do you think? We bought a new coffee machine, and I think right here is the perfect spot for it. And I apologize if you hear a little bit of air conditioner noise, but it is hot in Miami today, so I'm gonna leave it on. And today we continue tackling the Starlink project, and as you saw earlier, Winnebago did a great job giving me a very neat, clean installation, but they never anticipated that I might want to turn off Starlink. So today we're gonna again undo a little bit of that, and what I bought. Let me show you what I bought. Where I put it here. This is what I bought, and this I'm gonna plug it into right there behind the TV, and this switch has. The plug has a switch, so you can turn on and off without unplugging it. So that's what I'm gonna put here, and I'm gonna figure out a way to somehow, as neatly as possible, bring that Starlink probably on the outside, just the power cord. And it's not gonna look as great, but then again, we already had to do this because this power plug is up here, and we need the power under the table. So yeah, it's gonna be great in the end. At least functionality-wise, this is gonna work. All right, let me put down the camera and tackle this project. You can probably tell I'm not very mechanically inclined, but at least not owning one and then having several RVs, you have no choice. You have to become mechanically inclined. All right, that worked out well. I'm gonna leave this open because I want to install another power switch for this right here. Actually, all that worked and I forgot to put this. For this part, I'm just gonna remove this. What was here? I'm gonna remove this mount, and I'm gonna put it inside the cabinet. That's what I'm gonna do. So we have more more sag on that data cable that goes from this unit into the main router. Yep, that's the one. Let's make sure it gets connected. Yay! Not bad. Not bad at all, if I may say so myself. Now what's next? What shall we tackle next? Oh, this thing here. Since we don't have a hanging closet, this is going right here. Let me get a hanger so I can measure, and we're probably gonna put it as far, to this side as possible, but still. Well, here we go. Got one of our hangers so we can see, and yeah, we have plenty of room. I'm gonna try to put it here, which is like a stronger part, and I'm gonna have to put it as low as possible because this thing has to flip up. It's a retractable hanger. So here goes nothing. Need a little more oomph here. Even a little more oomph. we have somewhere to hang our towels or clothes or whatever. All right, let me tell you what happened, because something happened. Something happened along the way. Along the curvy roads of Tennessee, this drawer kept opening and closing, and it's a pretty heavy drawer because we have all of our pots and pans here. And I discovered this piece here on the floor, this part. I don't know exactly where this goes, but I'm assuming it's part of the mechanism for the drawer. But as long as it opens and closes, I'm not gonna mess with it too much. But we're gonna figure out a way to put like a magnetic catch. And Dave from Winnebago, he put some magnetic catches on this cabinets here, and he left me some so I could use them, you know, whenever I felt the need. And yeah, this thing is apparently not strong enough to hold the weight. You know, we have our pots and pans, our knives. It's a heavy drawer, so we want to keep it secure. So I'm gonna put either 1 or 2 magnetic catches. I just have to figure out where to put them exactly. Well, until you get the hang of it, these magnets are a big pain, and I put 2 magnets here and then the 2 other, you know, metal plates on this side. But to be honest, they don't seem to be doing much. I mean, yeah, it's... You think I should put 4 magnets? Don't worry, Adam, I'll put it back together the way I found it. I used to play with Legos, like many other young men of my age. Actually, it was an East German knockoff called Pepe, but it was the same thing, same size. And as you know, one of the things that I'm kind of like, the jury is still out, is about this sink, which is a great idea to have the sink there. We get a bigger shower. But I don't like the fact that it goes down so much like that. You know, it's I would like it to stop like around here. So what about this? It is a two-handed operation, isn't it? So what if I put that Lego there, preventing the faucet from going any farther down? And I was thinking of, you know, drilling a hole here so it can drain, but let's see, because maybe it can just drain naturally. I don't know. I have a feeling some trial and error will go into this. Here we go. We can close it all the way, and then when it comes down, it only comes down to here. That might work. I would hate to drill a hole here, you know, because I don't want to cause any permanent damage or any permanent modifications. Let's not call it damage, you know. This is basically a brilliant idea, right? But let's see if this works. If we can, you know, it fills up and then it drains, you know, so it doesn't fill up. It's always gonna drain through here. So okay, let me see. There's a bunch of other stuff that I want to do. So let's see what else we can do. Although the bathroom is looking pretty good. It's a brand new day and we continue upgrading and modifying. And yeah, I bought a bunch of these. Amazon wouldn't sell me less than, I don't know, 50, I don't know how many I got. But today's project is to add a switch so we can turn on and off our Winegard router, our 5G router. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Let me get this stuff out of the way and let's see what we can do. Nothing to it. I may need to force it in a little bit, but if YouTube ever fails, maybe I could make a living as a carpenter. Let me tell you something, nothing is ever easy when you try to modify an RV that has already been built. But I was able to, look at that. I think for at least for me, that's a very neat installation. I was able to cover it up, and that's it. Now we just have to find a SIM card for this router, and I mean I know because Minitini Minitini 3 had one of these, and they're very good. And that antenna on the roof is very good too. So I have high hopes. Whatever SIM card we put in there, that we're gonna get good signal. I have stuff all over the place. I think I'm gonna start cleaning up here. I think this is it for the main upgrades. But if we do anything else, I'll show you, of course. It's a brand new day. Let's turn on some lights in here so I can show you what we've done with the place. It is really coming together. We have a coffee bar now here, and more power outlets, and I just bought this caddy for our remotes. We're probably gonna put it right here. I don't know yet. I bought this light. It's a battery powered light to put under the table. So down here, sometimes eventually I'm gonna put like my audio interface, certain things that I put down here. And I like to see when, even though this RV is a lot brighter than Minitini 3, I like to have a light down here so I can see even better. So and then I bought this. Well, I haven't shown you, but I did a thing. I did a thing. I did open a hole there, a drain hole. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a little bit of piece of that tubing through the hole. I have to widen it just a tad. That's all we gotta do with that. Here we go. This, by the way, is a mount for my Mac Studio. I was able to widen it enough so it could go in, but it's still not coming out from the other side. So let's see what I can do here to help it out. It's hard while holding the camera, so well, what do you know, with these pliers and a little bit of elbow grease, it is now all the way through. That's perfect. I might take a an X-Acto knife and just trim it a little bit. Same I'm gonna do up here, and then put a little bit of silicone around it, and should be good. Well, it is now several days later. By the way, we have new t-shirts if you want to check them out, with the Minitini IV and Starship, and new logo there. And well, what we did, we took Minitini IV on a shakedown trip to Pelicamp. Actually, we needed to do some maintenance at Pelicamp. It was very overgrown, and yeah, we actually wanted to know what worked and what didn't work about all the new upgrades that we did. This worked perfectly, the bungee cord to hold murky water filter, and the broom catch, it worked great as well. Now here in the bathroom I did one more thing, and well, the sink actually works rather well. It still drains a little slowly, but that's to be expected with that small hole that I opened right there. Now the one thing that I added is this small shelf here, which is perfect. I know some of you object to this, but sometimes a lot of us, when we're doing our business, we like to have some reading material here in the bathroom, and I mean, who reads newspapers or paper magazines anymore? So yeah, we need a place to have our mobile devices, or you can use your phone or a Kindle, but you need somewhere to put it down when you are gonna do the other business. In any case, I thought it would be a good idea to have a little shelf here, not only for the phone, but you could put anything there, and it's turned out to be a very practical solution. We added 2 more command hooks up here. The towel rack, it seemed like a good idea. The only problem with the towel rack, especially the bottom one, makes an already small space very small. But we'll get used to it. I might move that lower towel rack somewhere else. Now this is another big improvement. Now we have not 1 workstation but 2 workstations, because Ili works from the road too, and she benefits tremendously as well from having 2 monitors So, you know, this is kind of a work in progress, but this will be in our work position. But then if we want to play, we just go like this and like this. Now let me show you something, because I'm really afraid. As you can see, you know, they're at a little bit of an angle. I'm afraid that if we go through a bump on the road, we might break this tabletop. So we'll see. Maybe if we anticipate going through a bumpy road, we'll remove the monitors, which are relatively easy to remove, and everything is nicely cable managed there. The other solution would be to put the stands a little closer to the middle of the table, so there's less of a force, you know, going to both sides. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna find a huge bungee cord and bungee cord them there, so they stay that way for travel. We may decide for travel what to do, but that's basically the workstation setup. I think it's gonna work great. I don't know if I showed you, but down here I got this this holder for my Mac Studio. I still have to do a little more cable management down there, but now for Ili's laptop, what we're gonna do, we're gonna put her on this cargo net here. She has a laptop and a docking station that are gonna go there. These are her 2 HDMIs, and that should work. So let's install this cargo net, and then I'm gonna show you what we've done for television. Yeah, because we don't have a TV back there anymore, but we came up with a different solution. Oh, by the way, this is Velcro, so we can remove it whenever we want. So it's not like it's staying there permanently forever. By the way, I apologize for the noise, but I had to turn on the AC. It's brutally hot here in Miami. And what I'm thinking for the second cargo net, you know, this is my side of the bed here. Ili has a cargo net over there next to the window, but I don't have one. And maybe I could put one here, like to put an iPad or my phone at night, you know, that kind of thing. So I'm gonna do that later, but now let me show you what we did for TV. Yeah, I think that's gonna stay there. Okay, first of all, what we're gonna do, we're gonna change it from work mode into play mode. Now, what did we do? Well, it kind of looks like Johnny Five, doesn't it? Johnny Five is alive! I bought this little projector, and I bought a Roku stick for it, and let's plug it in first of all. And it came with a flimsy tripod that didn't work very well, because the projector is decent, but the keystoning is really bad. So when you put it, keystoning, by the way, is, if you don't know, if you have a projector and the projector is not perfectly aligned with the screen, you know, you would get a trapezoid image. The keystoning will fix that, and this one has an optical keystoning, but it's very bad. So half of the screen would be out of focus all the time. So I got this. This is a stand that they sell like for a webcam, and I kind of, you know, I put it a little higher, more or less around there. That would be the perfect height for it. And now the one thing about this projector that is really bad is the audio. So who know the JBL Cube that comes with Minitini 4 that actually sounds really good? Not really good, but it sounds good, and much better than previous iterations. It does have a line in, so what I did, I went in there and I again disassembled that, you know, removed the cover, and I fished in for that auxiliary input, and now we have audio coming from the projector into our stereo, which sounds really good. We're gonna have not a surround sound, but we're gonna have a decent stereo sound. But it turns out they sell these portable antennas, and this one fits perfectly at the foot of the bed there. We put it in the open position. Actually, I left it in the open position the last time we used it. And the way it works really well, it looks good. Right now, actually, it's gonna look bad because it is daytime. But when it is dark at night, I'm actually impressed with the quality. And the projector, you know, it puts out quite a bit of light. Here's our screen. I mean, it should be a 2-minute operation there. And now we have this. Here we have our pocket for our remotes is there, so it's easy to get to our remotes. And there's a Roku, you know, the first time you use it. And let me turn off the light here, so you know, you just have to play with it a little bit just to make sure it's centered. Like here, maybe I need to go forward a little bit more and then a little higher. And I'm kind of picky when it comes to this, so you know, I want it to be almost perfectly centered. That's close enough. And now if we want to watch some YouTube, I have my Roku remote, and we watch some YouTube. How about that? And trust me, it looks a lot better when it is dark. But hey, now we have a screen to watch TV. So there you go. That's perfect spot for my iPad right there. And by the way, I put my weather station here, and the map might go here. I don't know exactly where I'm gonna put the state's map yet. Probably up there, so when I do the live stream, you guys can see it. I'm just gonna remove the iPad for now, so you know, so it sticks well in there. And there's only one more thing that I think we must do here. And let me show you, because it is outdoors. And that's this ladder that I'm walking on right now. It's good. It's a good sturdy ladder, especially good if you're like a heavy set person. You know, it's very. I wish I had this ladder when I had my injury, because it's much easier to walk up and down. But what happens with this ladder? First of all, it's almost like having a slide. It really it comes out a lot if you want to stop at a narrow rest area, parking lot or whatnot. It's going to be difficult to pull it out. And then if there's a curb, what happens? Oh no! If there's a curb and you cannot put this ladder all the way down, let's say it only comes down to this, to here, you cannot close the door. Yeah, that would be a problem. So we're removing this ladder. And well, I'll show you tomorrow. Tomorrow, the replacement for it comes. You know, I did something really complicated. I even ordered a retractable ladder like the one we had in Minitini 1, 2, and 3. But I think we're gonna do something different, simpler. Well, yeah, I think this is how we're gonna do it for now. Is it a perfect solution? No, it's a work in progress. But I'm sure along the way, on the long road to Alaska, we'll find a better solution and maybe a more sturdy ladder. We'll see. But for now, this is it for upgrades and modifications. I think we've done enough. Now, the long journey to Alaska awaits. But that will be for you guys in 2 weeks. We've got 2 more episodes of the Oregon coast that I want to publish before we go to Alaska. But after that, the following one will be the departure to the final frontier, where no Micro Minnie has ever gone before. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and see you on the road. Riding in my